How's it going, YouTubers? I am in Eglutna Lake, which is it's kind of in a little area they call Chugigak, which is not far from Palmer and not crazy far from Anchorage, and not too terribly far, pretty close to Eagle River. We're out doing some hiking. It's pretty windy. I hope you can hear me. I'm just using my cell phone to do this week's video. We haven't done a video in a while. Figured it'd be a good time to do one. I've got my beautiful wife, Christina. Say hey, Christina. Hello. She's out hiking with me. We're just it's our first hike of the year. Before we dive into it, I'm gonna show you around real quick. It is absolutely beautiful here. So what do you think, Christina?
I love the breeze.
The breeze?
I love how wide it is, how open. There's a lot of people today, but you can barely see them.
Yeah, there's a ton. We almost couldn't even find a parking spot.
Right.
But this, I don't think this video will probably do it justice. But if you're moving to Alaska, this is definitely what you got to look forward to. It's absolutely beautiful. She says I'm a horrible cameraman.
No, I'm just saying go slow.
You're saying what?
Go a little slow.
Don't get them drunk on this thing, huh?
Yes.
I hate watching YouTube videos that I get drunk with.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But this is the absolute beautiful area through here. So we're about 1.65 miles from the car, but just beautiful. There's a dam at the end of this. I think this whole trail is 13 or 14 miles one way. You can camp, there's cabins, it's really cool. So, to be honest with you, a lot of the questions and emails have slowed down drastically. That's why I haven't been doing videos like I was. You know, I was doing them every week, and a lot of things were changing. We were getting a lot of different questions and all that, but I'm just not getting that many questions anymore. I've heard from maybe 5 people since the last video. If you haven't ever tuned in, please subscribe to my channel. If you're thinking about moving up to Alaska, I want to be your source of anything you need local here. My wife and I both work for a local airline, and I fly all over this state. I've been to King Salmon, Dillingham, Anchorage, all over just this week alone. I'm always traveling. This Tuesday I leave. I'll be in Dillingham all week. I'm having some issues at work there, and I'll be out there trying to help get some staffing up and going there. So anything you want to see, I can pretty well get for you. I travel all over. I'll be in Dutch Harbor, Cold Bay. I mean, I'm literally all over the state of Alaska. So, and my wife too, she's a flight attendant. So basically what we started out doing is we did one video and didn't think anybody would think anything about it. And it ended up just getting a lot of likes and interest. And it was tips about driving up to Alaska during the crazy COVID-19 stuff. So give us a subscribe. We're gonna do a lot of stuff in Mexico coming up for terribly too long. I'm about to produce another video we just did from Mexico. So subscribe and give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what you see on here, shoot me an email, bigskyblessing@gmail.com, and tell me what it is you want. And again, that's bigskyblessing@gmail.com. I don't really have anything new other than the fact of what you guys are probably already reading on Google, and that is just simply Canada's supposedly going to loosen some things up, and they're going to, I got to revert back to my sunglasses. They're going to loosen things up, and they're going to start requiring a vaccine. I'm curious if we will fall under a loophole if you're coming to Alaska, if you'll have to have the vaccine to get through. Who knows? They haven't came down with the ruling yet. If you're coming across the border, I would love to hear from you. I've gotten several people say, hey, I'm about to cross tomorrow, and then I never hear from them. So I want to start hearing their stories of what they go through. But just to sum up the requirements, it sounds like they're about to get relaxed, but for right now, today is the, what is it, the 13th. So today's the 13th of June. So just to give if you were to go through today, you need to prove that Alaska is your primary residence and you're going home, or if you're coming from Alaska to lower 48, you need to prove that I'm gonna kind of move this closer because I bet this wind's killing this video audio. You want to prove that the lower 48 is your primary residence and you're going home. And if you're coming up, you need to prove you're moving for work, not just moving for the hell of it. Get a letter from your work if it's not your primary residence, and you want to make sure that you have all that documentation, where you're moving to, what did you do with the house that you moved out of. So for example, if you're moving to Alaska, what did you do with your house in lower 48? Whether you're renting or owning, what did you do with it, and where are you going? Are you going to rent, own, buy, whatever? And prove all that good stuff, where you're going to work. So I did hear from a couple that's going to be coming up in an RV for temporary work, and I'm hoping, if you're listening, please keep in touch with me. I want to hear how that goes, because I haven't ran into that before, so I'd love to pass the word along. So basically, we're just one location where we can all share information. If you haven't ever tuned into me before, I've got a lot of different tips you can go through for everywhere from routing to lodging. Just as a quick note, my favorite place I will say this, the best place to cross, and I've heard this from many people, is the Couts, Alberta location. That's definitely the best place to cross coming up. There ain't even one point across coming down, and that's the worst place to cross. Beaver Creek sucks. It does. But Couts has been the easiest for everyone. I'm hearing that from every single person that come through there, and they're hearing it on the road. They're hearing it. So it's Portal. You're guaranteed to get searched. They search the hell out of you in Portal, and not that you have anything to hide. It's just the time. But so I love to do night 1 around Shelby, Montana. Night 2, Grand Prairie. Night 3, Grand Prairie, Alberta. I can endorse the Best Western and the Hampton Inn. Both are amazing places. I love to eat at Brown's Social House in Grand Prairie. And then the best place of the whole ride is Northern Rockies Lodge. I don't get paid anything if you stay there, but I highly recommend it. And then the best place after that is Whitehorse. They technically still have restrictions in place, but I've heard from a lot of my viewers they're staying in Whitehorse and they're not having any issues. So you could stay at Haines Junction. That's what I've done the last 3 times. So, but Whitehorse is way better. And then Tok, Alaska, and then here, or wherever you're going for that matter. So that's what I recommend for coming up. Make sure you got plenty of gas cans, and I've got a gas can option or gas station option that I can email you. I've got tons of videos on that. I've kind of just beat the subject into the ground, and I don't want you to have to listen to the same thing every single week. I don't have a lot of new information, so please tune in. I'm still standing by to see the new rules. So far, everything's running smooth if you go across in Couts and have all your ducks in a row. So I do got one gentleman that went up the Caesar Highway, and I need to reach out to him and see how it went for him. 50,000 rounds of ammunition. That's something I get asked about a lot. You currently don't have to have the vaccine. You're about to have to have it. I'm trying to think of anything else that I could tell you guys. That is pretty well it. Don't let it intimidate you. Don't spend all this money to ship your car up here because you're scared of Alaska. I'm sorry, you're scared of Canada. So that's pretty well all the information I have. I don't have anything new at all. Anything you want, shoot me an email, bigskyblessing@gmail.com. I probably have talked to 700 to 800 people that's made the move, and I've been staying on top of it during the whole pandemic. It seems to be getting easier and easier. The restrictions haven't changed though, so as long as you have your ducks in a row, have all your paperwork, it's super easy. So don't let it intimidate you. It's a fun, enjoyable ride. I've even had some friends that flew up there, up in their personal airplanes recently, and they had no issues. So anyway, get up here. Anything you want to see. I want to start making different videos other than how to trick Canada and come through Canada. Any videos you want to see in Alaska, let me know. It's going to be a beautiful summer. I'm literally traveling somewhere different every single week. I can pretty well get you any information or any video of something. If you're like, hey, I wonder what this city looks like, shoot me an email. I'll take you a video of it. So I got a cool job. I'm managed airports all over the state of Alaska for a local regional airline, and my wife is a flight attendant, so she flies to all of them. So between her and our one, we'll get you a picture or whatever. We'll get you some local information. Alaska's an amazing state. If you're from California, you won't like it here. Stay in California. Anybody else, you would love it here. Oh, New York. Stay in New York. Other than that, you'll love it. I'm just joking. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Don't hesitate to send me any questions. And let's see what my wife's doing real quick before we get done here.
Hello.
What are you doing, Nina?
Admiring God's nature.
Admiring God's nature?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people moving up to Alaska?
Well.
Unless they're from California?
No, don't say that. I don't know. You gotta. Oh, you said something. Well, it depends where. Excuse me. Where they're gonna leave. Where they choose to leave.
That's true.
If it is in Palmer, you know the advice that you talk about the post office.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yes.
Depends where they want to live, and if you live in the bush, be prepared to live in the bush.
Yes. Bush living is definitely different.
But if you live in Palmer, you have to.
The post office absolutely sucks. It is an armpit. You can't depend on it. It's horrible, but it's about the cheapest way to ship things up here.
Yes.
For anybody, if you order any on Amazon, it's coming postal service, and it sucks.
And also sometimes the bad thing about living in Alaska is a lot of things that you are used to in the lower 48 or whatever you're coming from is that sometimes you don't get what you want if you order on Amazon, no matter what. They just plain don't want to ship over here.
Even though the postal service is the same price.
Yeah, but they don't want to ship to Alaska.
UPS is amazing,
Some
but
of the companies.
it's outrageous to send UPS up here.
Yeah.
There are some drawbacks to being up here.
Yeah.
But
other than that, it's all right. We survive.
that's right.
You can too.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll give them another pretty view and we'll call it quits. Any questions they have, they can email us. Again, bigskyblessing@gmail.com. I'm Adam, and you are Christina.
Welcome aboard.
And she is a Guzman.
Christina Guzman.
Yeah. That's Chapo's daughter.
No.
No.
Nothing to be related with that man.
I'm a jokester.
Yes, but I'm not.
Oh. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We had to show you this beautiful place.